Why do women suddenly disappear on you? Right? You ever like start talking to a woman? Maybe you met her online on a dating app or through cold approach. Hopefully you're in 7 months of mastery. Click the link below. And you're talking to the girl. She's responding to you, at least in the beginning, right? Because girls will always respond to a new guy, right? They will text a new guy. It's not a big deal to them. It's fun for them. It's intriguing. It's interesting for them to talk to a new guy. But then suddenly, just as you're getting to the part where she knows and you know where it's headed, right? It's headed towards going on a date, possibly hooking up, possibly her coming over. It's getting to that point, right? Where there's going to be some romance. There's going to be some physical touch. Might even just be a date. Suddenly, out of nowhere, she disappears. Right? You message her, no response. You're like, hey, okay. She usually just messages right back. And then like another day or two goes by, send her another message. Nothing. Where did she go? What happened? Is it something I said? Did I do something? In these, I mean, most cases it is, but not in this case, right? In this case, if you're talking to a woman like this and, you know, you guys are clicking and you're getting along, you have a lot of stuff in common, she's showing IOIs, indicators of interest, she's asking you about, like, how many brothers, sisters you have, oh, where did you grow up, you know, what was your longest relationship, oh, you're looking to have kids, you're having that discussion, right, that you only have with somebody you're potentially going to date. But then she suddenly just vanishes on you. What happened? I will tell you what happened. You're not the number one guy. Okay? You are not the number one guy. You are either number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, so on and so on. Because if you are not the number one guy in her life, which means you're not, there's always a premier guy, right? There's always like a number one prospect that women are talking to. That guy gets all of her attention. That is the guy that goes on dates with her. That is the guy that gets romance from her. That is the guy that will probably have sex with her, right? It's that guy, the number one guy. And you might have been that guy at some point, right? In some other woman's life. You were the number one guy. And there were other guys that wanted her, maybe dudes at work, maybe dudes at her gym, maybe dudes on the street. But they couldn't get her, right? Maybe she was attracted to them, right? I mean, she's human. She was attracted to them, but you were the number one guy. So, you get her. You get her attention. You get everything, right? And she puts all, I mean, women do this. They'll put all their eggs in one basket with the number one guy. Right? But anybody else besides the number one guy is expendable. She doesn't care. She'll walk away. No big deal. Okay? Go about your way. No big deal. Right? Because you're not the number one dude. In order for you to be that guy where the chick doesn't flake on you, she doesn't disappear on you, and she actually like shows up and returns messages and calls you and wants to FaceTime and wants to see you and makes an effort, you have to be the number one guy. Because again, if you're not the number one guy, she may like you. She may be attracted to you. But right now, there's somebody else who is a better prospect. Right? And that's just the hard, cold reality. And you know what? That's okay. So what? Okay? It doesn't mean the tides won't change the future, right? A lot of guys be like, all right, screw that bitch. Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, I could put up with that. I don't take that attitude, right? You have to take a more just realistic and more mature attitude with this, and more of a red pill attitude, and realize this is how women roll, son. This is what women do. Okay? They do stuff like this. Okay? When you're not the number one dude, sorry, I just got distracted for a second because Cash's bed's right here, and I'm so used to having him right here. So I still get like heartbroken, man. It's hard. Woo. But I'm so used to him just being right here. You know, in his seat. I can't even take this out of the DeLorean, right? It's been almost 6 months. I can't take it out. Let's leave it in there, man. Well, Gizmo jumps in there, so. But he's chilling right now. But yeah, it's hard. But regardless, going on with the coaching video, this is how women roll, fellas. When you're not the number one dude, she will pull stuff like this on you. And as I was saying, it doesn't mean that you need to get rid of her entirely, because there are many women that ended up becoming my girlfriend, right? That were pretty hot, where I wasn't the number one guy originally, and they were pulling this stuff on me, right? And I was like, once I recognized that, I'm just like, okay, no problem, because I have other women in my pipeline. I mean, they always compare pickup artistry to sales because it's kind of similar, which it is, right? You always, when you're doing sales, you always have to have people in your pipeline, right? Because you don't want to be depending on that one deal. It better come through. I can't pay my rent if it doesn't come through. No, you have to have multiple deals in your pipeline. That way you don't have to worry about paying your rent, because you'll have all these other deals that could possibly come through. Some will fall through. Some won't come through till later, right? A lot won't come through till later. And it just takes patience. So it's many times it's the same thing with these women, especially these days, man. A lot of these dating relationships just do not last, right? They just, sadly, they don't last. And these women will come back around. Guarantee it, right? I would say a good 80%. I mean, it's insane, the numbers. That high. 80% of the women who've done this to me personally, I've just kind of kept a cool head, and because I don't take it personal. I understand female nature. I understand the red pill. I teach the red pill. I get why they do this. I am not the number one guy right now. That's okay. No problem. They can't see you for the value you bring to the table. They can't see what you bring to the table yet. It's okay. They will eventually, once that dude starts acting beta, once he starts simping to her and becomes a chump, and she's able to beta-tize him and emasculate him because he doesn't have the knowledge that we do, and he can't stand up for himself. He's just, a cute Chad. She'll get over that real quick, and then she'll be like, hey, yeah, Charlie is actually kind of cute. Maybe I should give Charlie a call. And then you become the number one guy. Now she's interested in you, and she wants to be with you. I cannot tell you how many women that where I was not the number one guy, that just flaked on me, just blew me off, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. And then like a year or two later, and there was one who came around, like it was like 8 years later practically, right? She came back and it was like, oh, hey, I just thought I'd say hello. And I can't, and her included, I can't tell you how many of these women that came back around turned me into the number one guy, and I ended up dumping them, right? Including the one I just talked about. It was like 8 years later. I ended up dating him, and it's almost like, I hate to say it, but in the back of my mind, it's like a vengeance play almost, like, haha, yeah. But it's still, it's an attractive woman. Who's going to say no? I'm definitely not going to say no. If I'm single, I'm doing it, right? I'm going out with her. And I would say almost overwhelmingly, I end up dumping the girl, right? It's funny. It's like, yeah, you wanted this girl so bad, you finally get her, and then you dump her, right? It's like, now the tables have turned. So don't just blow, don't kill the deal, as they say, just because right now she is not giving you her full attention and, respect that she gives the number one guy. Because, as I've said, once these girls have their like first round draft pick that they're going after, it's like in the NFL draft, right? Anybody after the first round draft pick is just, right? They're not getting the fat payday, as fat a payday as the first round draft pick. They're not getting the Sports Illustrated cover. They're not getting on the cover of Madden and all this other stuff. But that's all right, right? You can't be number one all the time. But eventually, the good thing that happens when it comes to these women is, as long as she is interested in you or showing some interest in you, and say you're not the number one guy now, at some point you might become that dude. Just hang out, right? You should have other women in your pipeline. It's okay. And if she wants to reach out to you whenever she reaches out to you, or if you just want to fire off a text every once in a blue moon and be like, hey, what's up, just want to say hi, you can do that, right? Without killing your value. You can do that. Let her know, hey, I'm still here. No problem, right? It's not a big deal. And eventually, once, if you demonstrate the right, that you have the right social status and you're this guy, you're this badass alpha, eventually she'll see it, and she'll come back around. I guarantee it, right? So if you're talking to a girl and she disappeared on you, stopped talking to you out of the blue, right? And stop returning your calls, stop returning your texts, stop answering you, it's because she has somebody else, right? She has somebody else that she feels, right? A lot of times it's not even realistic, right? But she feels is a better prospect than you are, even though in reality you're probably a better prospect than the dude, right? It's just that through her lens, at the place she's at right now, she feels he's a better prospect. And I will tell you another thing is, usually these guys that kind of overtake you, they're usually guys that these women that are closer to their social circle, right? It's usually a guy that they know from a friend of a friend, either a family member, somebody they work with, right? Somebody that, or somebody that they have history with, right? Some other dude, some other clown that she might have been tossing off back in the day. That was the number 2 or 3 guy. That now he's the number 1 guy because now they've built up that history. You'll eventually become that number 1 guy, right? So you have to understand how these women work. They don't even know they're doing it, right? They're not even conscious of it. But this is what they do, right? It's all just a game. This is why we call it the game. But don't take offense to it, right? Don't take any of this stuff personal. Right? Dating is just that. It's just a game. You have to play it the right way. You can't let your emotions get involved in it, like get all offended or triggered if she doesn't do this or do that. Because all you're going to demonstrate is, low value behaviors, being controlling and all this. No, just be like, all right, cool, go do you. No problem. I've got other things going on, right? And once you see it enough times, it won't faze you. It'll just be like, okay, this is just part of the game. This is just another step in the game. There's obviously some other dude, so that's all right. Right? I'll be the number 1 guy at some point, but like it or not, love it or leave it, that is women for you, right? That is a red pill. I'm giving it to you straight. It's as honest I could be. So if you've had this happen to you, if you were talking to a girl, maybe it's happened this week, right? Maybe it just happened yesterday that you thought, hey man, I thought that she liked me. All of a sudden, vanishes like that, just like a disappearing act. She's gone, right? She's gone. Let me know in the comments below, right? Let me know your story. I'm gonna start the DeLorean here. Start right up. So, let me know, and I'll see you in the next coaching video. And with that said, I'm gonna wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Do it now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Okay, more importantly guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, it helps me out a ton, especially right now guys. YouTube is on this just purge of, not promoting channels like ours that are trying to help men. Okay, they don't like this type of content. So I need you guys to help me spread the word. So if you have other like-minded friends of yours who are also ready to be unplugged from the blue pill matrix and are ready to be red pilled, share my coaching videos with them so they could get a taste of what they're gonna learn. Okay, promote my work and get them to subscribe to my channel, right? But it helps me out a ton when you guys are subscribed to my channel, because then we could really help grow and really build this thing and really change the world, right? That's what we're here to do. We're here to change the world. So can't do it all by myself. Need you guys to help me out. So appreciate it if you subscribe and you get other like-minded red pill friends of yours to subscribe to my channel as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, baby. The best looking and most high caliber women on the planet. The type of women that your friends can only dream about, the type of women that your friends will only see in magazines. I'm going to teach you how to get these girls and bring them into your life. I'm going to teach you where to find them, what to say to them, how to approach them, and how to bring them into your life. I'm teaching you guys this stuff in 7 months to mastery, okay? And I have many successful students who've been with me for years now that are in successful relationships. I've had more than a few students marry the woman of their dreams. We get thank you letters literally every single day, okay? My staff, myself, constantly getting comments, thank you letters, like, oh my God, Em, you saved my life. I married the woman of my dreams, and oh, we've got this beautiful family now, and oh, you know, I met this girl and now she's my girl. I can't believe this chick is my girlfriend. Oh my God, I've dreamt about this chick forever. So I teach you how to get these girls and bring them into your life, right? The hottest girls on the planet, it's the 8s, 9s, and 10s. That's all we focus on, guys. So if you want to jump into 7 months to mastery, the first month is only $1, right? It's only $1 for the entire first month. And the reason why it's only $1 is because I want you to check it out for yourself and see how powerful these coaching lessons actually are and how much they can actually help you. So it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, and all you have to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.